Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to H Unleashed. I'm your host, Helena. If you're new, welcome. If you're back, also welcome. Again, don't know what episode we're up to. I should probably check, but I'm just being a little bit lazy today. Don't blame me. No, but today I'm going to be discussing about punished innocence. And if you listen to my last episode, it's going to be discussing about a few little story times or examples of things I got punished for no real reason. I guess just a repercussion of dealing with a narcissist. Yeah, I'm obviously not going to be able to discuss everything I've experienced in this one episode, so I'm just going to give you a couple examples and story times, and I guess you can make of it that you will, or whatever. I made a little note. So I'm just going straight off like my mind again. I just wrote down little notes of things that I can, little notes of things that happened. Yeah, so let's go into it. One example, I was 14 and I had a boyfriend at the time, like you do, and I don't know why or what gave my birth giver this impression, but she thought we were intimate. I was a virgin at the time, never been with anybody. She also thought I was an alcoholic, again for reasons I can't explain. I never drank. So long story short, she took me to therapy for sex and alcohol. And I was doing neither of those. So I was pretty much going to therapy for things that she thought or was assuming I was doing. Because anything that I said was never true and honest, and I was always lying. So yeah, I had therapy, and she was constantly questioning me, like, oh, so you're having sex? I'm like, no, I'm a virgin. She didn't really know where to go from there. So she's like, so you're mixing with drinking and stuff? I'm like, no, drinking's not my thing. She's like, okay, so drugs, marijuana. At this point, I've never heard of that. I didn't know what it was. I was like, what's marijuana? Like, I genuinely had no idea. I was so innocent. And yeah, she kind of was a bit confused while I was there. And the only thing I did want to talk about was my mother. Or should I say birth giver? I was like, I'm not the issue here. She is. She's not listening to me. She's not, whatever. I remember I think this was the last session I had there. She brought my birth giver in and was chatting to the both of us, and my birth giver put on the best show she could possibly give. Yeah, so I'm sure you can see where that's going. It was our last session, probably for a reason. She probably didn't want to go back there and deal with it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she ended up asking me to leave the room, and she had a discussion with my birth giver alone. So I don't know what was said there, but again, yeah, that's just one example. Yeah. Oh God, this next one I'm about to tell you, it's pretty upsetting. It's putting myself in that position, like imagining myself as a parent. I just genuinely cannot comprehend doing this to my child if I was in that position. So I'll get to it. I was in high school. I believe I was in start of grade 9. Pretty much our uniform, we had blue pants, like blue skirt pants, whatever. I think it was like a skirt. And I was still new to the game of my period, let's just say. And I got my period at school that day. I had no protection. It went through my underwear, it went onto my pants, and you could clearly see what was on my pants. Yep. And one of my friends pointed it out to me, and I was obviously, clearly very embarrassed. I went to the school office because normally they would have spare clothes. And when I say they normally would, I'm sure you can guess where I'm going with this. They didn't for me. They had no spare clothes this day. It must have been a day for it. So by this point, I was obviously crying. I was just so embarrassed. I didn't want to be at school, but I knew I had to finish off my day. I was just a bit upset. So just to give you a bit of an understanding, my birth giver didn't work at the time. Yeah, so she was at home. She had a car. She had fuel. And she had no work. So just keep that in mind. I call up my birth giver, bawling my eyes out. Absolutely bawling my eyes out. And I tell her what's going on. And I just beg her. I'm like, can you please bring pants to school because I've got blood all over mine. And the school has no spare. I'm assuming you can again guess where this is going. She said no. She didn't really have an explanation. There was no explanation. She just said no. She didn't want to leave home. She said I could finish the day and come home and get changed. This was at lunchtime, so I still had quite a few hours left at school. Yep. And I had to do it. I did it. How? I don't know. And just remember in high school how bad bullying is and how much people like to pick on you for anything small, let alone period on your pants. Yeah. Yep. No work. Just chilling at home. Had fuel. Had a car. Only lived about 10 minutes away. And no, she could not do it. So yeah, that's just another example. I was grounded another time. I was grounded because she had gone through my room. At this time, I had never seen marijuana. I'd never touched it. I've never seen anything to do with how to use it, smoke it, whatever. I was clueless, no idea. But I did have a friend that told me like what was needed, kind of. And I was just picturing something in my head that was nowhere near it. Trust me on that. But I had gone out to my hose and cut a little bit of hose off, and I had a pair of scissors. That's all I had. I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I wasn't doing anything. And that had been chilling in my room for months at this point. And to understand how far she was snooping in my room, I mean, the scissors and this hose was in a vase in my room that had been in there for fucking ages with more stuff in there. So she would have had to pull stuff out of the vase and then tipped it and shook it. So, yeah. And I wasn't a clean person. I'm going to admit that. I was not a clean person back in the day. And yeah, she would have had to really have snooped my room to have found that. And she did. So yeah, she grounded me because I was smoking weed. though she had no proof and I had genuinely never actually seen or touched it or done anything. And I actually turned to her when she was doing all this and I was just like, how do you know what's involved to make a bong? And she was like, I'm not stupid. And I just looked at her. I'm like, have you smoked it? Have you done it? Like, just asking. And she got very defensive. And I was like, no, of course I haven't. Like, just shut up. You're grounded. And she pissed off. And my dad was in the kitchen cooking. So I go to him. And I just asked him point blank. I'm like, has mum ever smoked weed? And he just responded, yeah, she has. Go figure. Gaslighting, I don't know, something about it. Oh, love it. So yeah, I was grounded for something, again, I'd never touched or done. But again, because I was a liar, I never told the truth. Whatever. Oh, what's another one? Oh, gosh. Okay, I'll give you one more. So, oh, God. No, maybe I'll give you two more. I don't know. Oh, okay, I'll give you two more. So another time, I think I was 15. I had a girlfriend, her name, Shiny, absolutely adore her, love her. And, or maybe I was 14. I don't know, 14 or 15. And pretty much we had gone to her house and hung out and we just like took some dumbass photos as you do as young teens. And, oh, it was just so dumb. Facebook was a thing back in the day and she had uploaded it on Facebook and tagged me. I'm pretty sure my birth giver had snooped my Facebook and seen it. And just based off those photos, she assumed that we were lesbian together. I'd never been with a woman at this point. And, yeah, she was hot, but like she was just my best friend. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I was banned from seeing her because my mum didn't want us to be lesbians together because that's what we were doing apparently. Yeah. If you saw these photos too, dude, like, you would laugh. I can't. Okay. Final last one. I saved the best for last. Oh my God. All right. Hang tight for this one. So I think I was 15. At this point I was smoking cigarettes and it was just a day for it. My birth giver. She was just having it at us that day and I was just so over the fighting. I just really wanted to get away from her toxic energy. So I grabbed my cigarettes and phone and decided to go for a walk to the park that was not far from my house. It was a few blocks away, down the street, whatever. So I was still like, although I was smoking, I was still innocent and respectful and you'll understand. So I walked to the park and I saw a family there and I was just like, I'm underage. I can't smoke in front of them. I don't want to get in trouble. Like, I still wanted to be respectful. I don't know. It was so embarrassing. Whatever. So I turned around and I started walking back up towards my house because there was a few blocks before my house. So I just, was going to turn in one of the side streets and just smoke there because there were no houses at the time. Anyway, I go around the corner of the block to go back up the street and across the road on the other block, there's a house on the corner and there's all these cars parked. Oh boy. There were all these cars parked there, like there was some gathering on. And as I was walking, I was just reading the number plates. yeah, I think you know what I'm thinking. We're about to say. And I got to this number plate and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's my mum's number plate. And I look up and it's my birth giver sitting in the car trying to blend in with the rest of the cars. So she followed me from my house down multiple blocks, tried to blend in and just watch me, stalking me. After a fight, continual fight. You would almost think that I'm the grown-up trying to de-escalate the situation and leave it, but again, whatever. And I just look at her, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, dude, are you crazy? And she just yells at me and just like, get in the car. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, I can't even go have my cigarette. I was very pissed off. I just wanted my smoke. I just wanted to chill out. I just wanted to be away from her. But no. She had to ruin it. It gets better. So I get in the car. She's like, where are you going? I said I was going to the park, but, you know, there was family there, so I was going to make my way back home. I needed to de-stress. And so she was like, is that right? So she decides to drive down and go past the park to see if I was telling the truth, because, again, I'm a liar. I always lie. And there was a family there, like I said. So she turns around and we're trying to, go back towards the street, to go back up the street and go towards our house. And she was just like, who are you meeting up with? I was like, no one. I was just trying to get away from you, if I'm going to be quite honest. And where that house was, where all the cars were, at this point, we both see this young boy sitting on the curb, like at the drain in front of the house. And she just locks eyes with him. And she looks at me. She's like, who is he? I said, I don't know. But again, I'm a liar. I never tell the truth. So she pulled up right in front of him. So I'm in the passenger seat, so I'm technically the one that's right next to him. And she's there, so I'm in the middle of both of them. He's on the ground in the gutter. We're right in front of him. I'm there, both windows down, so everything can be heard. And yeah, she just starts yelling at me, who is he? What are you doing? Like, what's his name? Just continuously asking me, who is he? Who is he? Who is this man you're meeting up with? And I just kept saying, I don't know. Can you please drive? Like, please go. I don't know who this is. Please go home right now. And she was death staring the shit out of him, like absolutely death staring him. And I actually looked at this boy and he looked so scared. I really, really felt for him. Can't imagine what he went back in that house and said. Oh God, I was so embarrassed. And she eventually drove off and took me home. And I got grounded for meeting up with someone or trying to, when I didn't. But yeah, I know I laugh at these, but honestly, it's just so fucking ridiculous. Like, honestly, just the amount of gaslighting and just invalidation, just not being believed, just constantly being told you're a liar. Like, I can't even. The amount of things. Being humiliated, being forced to... Yep. Yeah. Well, that was a lot to unpack. I hope you enjoyed this short little episode again. I've still got a lot more where that all came from, so yeah, let me know if you want to hear more of that crazy ass shit, because I'll have a few to say. Yeah, oh God, I don't even know what to say. Like, this is just pure narcissism and gaslighting and just all that good stuff. Not good stuff, bad stuff. I don't know why I always say good stuff. Shitty, bad ass stuff that we do not vibe, we don't like. So, if you're doing this to your child, fuck right off, dude. Don't do that. It's not cool. We're not vibing that. Yeah. Not sure what I'm doing in my next episode, but again, always got something, so stay tuned for that. And until then, stay safe, keep well, and I'll see you guys then. All right. Bye, guys. Bye.